Good evening and welcome to the MCPSS High School Volleyball Match of the Week. Tonight we're at Baker High School, home of the Hornets, and they're taking on the Saints from St. Paul's. I'm Nicole Keyshock along with Coach Nancy Shoquist. Good evening, Coach.
Good evening.
So tonight we have a matchup, a 7A area matchup between two teams we haven't seen. So we're going to get to see what they're about tonight for sure.
Right, and traditionally these are two really good programs. St. Paul's moving into 7A. I believe they played 7A last year as well. So should be a good matchup. I'm excited to see. Baker is very heavy senior-wise. I believe St. Paul's has 4 seniors, so it'll be a lot of seasoned players on the court.
That's right. So we're excited to see that. Both teams are running a 6-2 offense, so they're utilizing 2 setters.
Right.
And we know for sure for St. Paul's that both those setters potentially could be hitting for them tonight, so that's always interesting when we see an offense that's not different in volleyball, but sometimes you just see more of the 5-1.
Right, exactly. I personally like the 5-1, which I've said, just because my setters are consistent, but these are very, very good setters out here. So, and they're extremely good hitters.
That's right. Yeah, we love those athletes that can kind of do both things, so we're excited. And we're going to get ready here in a minute to meet the teams. They've just shaken hands, and we're getting ready to see the lineups for sure.
That's right. Thank you. Why did I say thank you?
Okay, here we go. And we are going to first talk about a couple of some key players to look for.
Yes.
We're not going to read out the full lineups tonight, but for the home team, the Baker Hornets, they have, again, they're running 2 setters. So they have Swain Weston as one of their setters, and Alicia Brown will be setting for them as well. And like you said in the intro, they do have a lot of seniors.
Yes.
They have 8 seniors.
Right.
Nola Havard is another girl that we're going to pay attention to. She's an outside hitter for them, and she's been on the varsity here for a couple years, so it'll be fun to see what she's able to do as well.
Right, right.
On the St. Paul's side, they are kind of mixed with a little bit of a couple seniors, and Ivy Marston, she's a good leader for the team. She's a setter and a right side hitter. And then you have Bennett Bullo. She's a Southern Miss commit.
Yes.
And super athletic, fun to watch her, and she will be the other setter, and she'll also hit as well. But then they've got some key freshmen to look for. Marissa Smith was an Alabama High School Volleyball Coaches Association. She was on the watch list along with 3 of her teammates, and so she will be fun to watch. She's playing outside for them. And we are ready to go.
Here we go.
St. Paul's has the serve, and Ivy Marston with the first serve.
Just kind of an off-speed hit to start out with on Baker's side.
Little pushover by Marissa Smith.
Just a little bit long. And we'll get used to these names coming up. I believe that was London Wells. Just a little bit long on her swing.
She made a really good adjustment on that play. You could see she expected the set to be a little bit tighter and made a good adjustment. Marston with the serve again.
Beautiful pass.
Yes, nice pass and a kill in the middle. And that goes to Autumn Harper. She's a 12th grade middle blocker.
And she really got up high over the block and hit around the block in the middle, but a great job getting above, jumping high.
London Wells back to serve for Baker. Nice float serve. Ooh, close. Just a little bit long.
Yeah, and again, you can't, it's hard to start your match. I know everybody's getting kind of warmed up and adjusted to playing again, but you can't miss 2 serves in a row. That's just a momentum killer.
Yes. So London Scott is reporting in for the St. Paul Saints, and Lula Payne, who's a defensive specialist. She's a senior. She is exiting the match. She plays back row. London plays front row. The scores table is trying to get that substitution in there. That's the little bit of the delay. Marissa Smith back to serve. Nice ace.
Great ace. Just a really short serve and kind of caught them off guard.
That ball really had some good movement on it.
Did.
You could see it just come over the net, especially from our angle, and just
drop.
Yeah.
It did. It was a great serve.
Smith back to serve again. She's just a freshman. Got to keep an eye on her. She's got lots of power, and she can also set, too. She doesn't have to for St. Paul's, but might be something she does in the future. Run in the middle again by Baker. Nice up by their libero, Kendall Darty.
Oh, called in. Nice swing. Nice kill by Autumn again, Autumn Harper. Great job. A lot of good defense in that rally.
I love that Baker's able to run the middle a lot so quickly.
Yes.
And that is really based on their good passing coming out.
Right, right.
Just a play over, good save, little miscommunication. And St. Paul's had to answer with a free ball back.
Right, and that's never good when you have to free ball. Little tight to the net for St. Paul's.
Free ball again, yeah.
Their passing's going to have to start picking up.
London Scott with the tip over.
And that kind of tip is just kind of a free ball. It didn't do any damage.
Bulow with the attempt and a nice dig by Baker. Another good save. What a great rally we've got so far. Oh, London Scott.
Oh, wow. And almost picked up. What a great defensive try. But that was a great by London.
That really was. And after all of that, the ball probably crossed the net about 9 times in that rally.
I think so, at least. It was fun to watch.
We've got a middle back to serve, Anna Grace Brown. She's a junior middle blocker for St. Paul's. Nice swing out of the middle again.
Out of the middle again.
That's Taylor Wells, and she's just a 10th grader.
Wow, they have some good verticals out there.
Tonight, our officials for this match, our R1 is Mike Oglesby, and the R2 is William White. Thank you to all those officials out there. We know that there's a lot of people that are not wanting to officiate anymore. So we appreciate everything that they do.
We sure do. And these are seasoned officials.
Bennett Bulow is back to serve for St. Paul's. The junior setter, right side hitter. Nice serve, almost an ace. Free ball from Baker. Bulow with the set over. Nice play by Havard. Good try. Nice heads-up play by Bulow, just setting the ball over. And she is back row, so she's not able to jump and attack the ball.
Exactly, and she's nice and tall, so she has to be a little bit more careful. Just a little bit long on that float.
Close match so far in this first set, 6-4. St. Paul's is up. We've seen some good play already, which some of the matches that we've been broadcasting, it has taken the teams a little bit of a second to kind of get their nerves settled and start with some good play. But St. Paul's and Baker came right out.
They sure did. Lots of long rallies. I love it.
Nice push to the middle.
Which just says good defense.
Yes, for sure. Wells again on the attack and dug right back over.
And that's a hard one. Bennett passed it up, dug it, and it just went just barely went over the net. And it's just hard sometimes to play, and it just kind of fell down the net. Sometimes it's hard to play those balls because you can't quite tell where it's going to go.
London Scott with the serve.
What a great serve.
Wells again on the attack. Darty with the dig. Smith out on the swing. Nice dig again by Baker. Bulow to Marston and a kill for the Saints.
Great setup. Nice passing, setting, and hitting. Good job. But good defensive play on Baker's side as well.
They really have stepped up their defensive game, and you can tell they're able to send a lot of the balls back. And defense, a lot of times, can really frustrate a hitter.
Yes. Nice little tip to the right back. Boulay picked up easily.
Good dig, send over by the Saints of St. Paul's. Back to the middle attack. This time it's blocked. St. Paul's has another shot.
Back row attack. And that hit the speakers up in the middle of the court, which it's on Baker's home side, so they are allowed to play that ball off of those speakers.
That was a heads-up play by Bennett Bulow just a second ago. She just stood and tried to tip it down the line. It just went a little bit wide.
Right. Just great awareness in reading the court.
So Caitlin Lindsay is getting ready to serve for Baker. She's their libero. She's a senior, one of their 8 seniors. We have a little bit of a delay here because of a substitution, and they're just trying to get it correct on the score sheet, which is really important.
Well, I'll tell you a couple little fun facts. Bennett Bulow, I actually coached her mother. when I was at St. Paul's. I coached at St. Paul's, my first job after graduate school. And then I coached Doherty.
Darty.
Kendall.
Yes, Kendall, yeah.
I coached her mother as well at Murphy. So, two.
That is interesting.
Yes.
That is a fun fact for sure.
An aging fact, too.
And both moms are in the stands tonight,
Yes.
probably coaching their kids up a little bit, too.
Probably so.
Nice
Great
defense by St. Paul's.
Just couldn't quite get it over in 3. Great job, though.
Both teams are really, really scrappy defensively, and tell us a little bit about what that does for kind of the mentality of a team if you know they have that never give up attitude.
Yeah, well, first of all, for us, the spectators, it's fun to watch. But, yeah, it gives your team a lot of confidence. If you know your teammate's going to pick that ball up, you don't have to worry. You know, and you get to know their movements and anticipation skills. So it's really, I think, more about confidence than anything.
Yes, it does. And kind of trust with your teammates. Like
Right.
you said, you know they're going to get the ball.
Right.
Back to the middle attack from Baker off of a great pass. Outside to Marissa Smith, just a roll shot. Nice effort by Baker.
Great job, Baker, to get that ball over on 3.
Bennett to the middle, and she got blocked right back. It might have went off her forehead. I am really impressed tonight with the Baker middles. That was number 4, Autumn Harper. Their offense, their defense,
Yes.
they've been doing it all.
Yeah, Autumn she's starting out strong here.
Swain Weston is back in for the Baker Hornets. She is one of their setters. They're running the 6-2 offense. She's serving. Good serve, just a little bit off on the pass. Ivy Marston with the attack. Back to the middle again for Baker.
Great job. Just put it just a little bit to the left side of the middle back player, just so she had to reach for it and couldn't quite get to it.
Autumn Harper, she is a senior. She's a middle blocker. She's doing a nice job, but both their middles for Baker have really come out swinging. Nice swing by Marissa Smith, and that's a kill right off the block.
Right off the block and went out of bounds to where they could not run it down. Good job.
Back to serve for St. Paul's is Ivy Marston. She is a senior. She's the coach's daughter.
Yes.
Coach Lisa Marston. So we got a lot of mom and daughter things here going on
That's right,
tonight.
we sure do.
And that's an ace for Ivy.
Now, you said Ivy's a senior.
Yes.
Did her mom say where is she playing next year?
I don't
do you
think
know?
she's playing.
Okay.
I'm not sure where she's going on to college. Out of the middle again. It wasn't actually out of the middle. Wells is running a set that's kind of in the 3 zone
right.
that the middle can run, but they're just having their outside run it as well.
Yeah.
Marston again with the serve, going on a nice serving run. Kind of a down ball shot by Baker. Bulo with the attack, and it's blocked out of bounds, so that's a kill. 13-8, St. Paul's has gone on a nice run right here off of Ivy Marston's serve. Nice swing.
Oh, just out of Kendall's reach, just a little bit out of her reach running out. And I do know Kendall's going to Huntington to play softball.
She is. She
so
is.
That's exciting, too.
Yeah, multi-sport athlete out here starting varsity as a libero and going on to play softball in college.
I love knowing these young ladies are going off to play in college. I love that.
London Wells back to serve.
That's
Good
a
try.
great set.
Yes, yeah. Really good effort by Ivy Marston. Really good save. Nice try. Just stepped a little bit over that center line.
That was a tough ball to set. Oh, just long.
Just long, yep. 13-10, St. Paul's is up right now. It's been a great match, 14-10. Marissa Smith is back to serve, the freshman outside hitter.
Yeah, it's been a back and forth match. Pretty tight, staying pretty close.
If you didn't know the score, it would feel like it was 14-14 to me.
Yeah.
Autumn Harper back to serve. Nope, just
believe,
kidding. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Looks like we're going to take a timeout. Looks like Baker wants the timeout. And right now we have a score of 15-10. It's felt pretty close so far.
Yeah.
But what do you think Baker needs to do, or what do you think Coach Hayes is talking about in the timeout at this point?
Well, it seems that maybe their passing is shut down just a little bit, and so they're not able to run their offense like they were able to at the beginning of the set. We haven't seen as much as we did to begin with. They're having to play a lot of defense as well. St. Paul's is setting the ball up very nicely, and so Baker's having to play defense quite a bit.
St. Paul's does have a little bit more versatile offense. Like they've been able to set both middles. Their right sides, Ivy and Bennett Bullough, both are able to attack the ball. And then they've got these outsides that have done a nice job. And Baker's been a little bit middle dominant.
Right.
Or going outside to Wells, and she's done a nice job. But sometimes that can be a little bit predictable.
Right. It's easier for your middle block to watch that and be able to get over.
Marissa Smith back to serve again. Baker's on a 5-point lead. Free ball over by Baker. Marston with the set. Attempt out of the middle. Back to the middle for Baker.
Oh.
They called a touch. Little miscommunication there.
Yeah, I think the set was a little bit too low, too, for Autumn. She's been running very quick, but I think she kind of either let that one fall and didn't react to it quite as fast, was a little bit slow getting there.
Nice pass by Baker.
That was a great hit
Havard
to the left
with the
back.
swing, yes, Nola Havard. And just a tip, and it's blocked. Their right side, Meredith Smith, she's also one of their seniors. She's number 13. Nice block on that one. Autumn Harper back to serve, number 4. She's somebody we've talked a lot about tonight.
Right.
And an ace.
Oh, an ace just trickled over the net. Let serve.
Yeah, the let serve. Which when we played, we didn't have that.
No, we didn't.
Our serve could not touch
and it
the
took
net.
a little bit of time to get used to that.
It really did. Marissa Smith with the pass, a little bit off the net. Good save by Bullough. Back up. Havard with the attack, and it's a kill down the line.
That was a great swing and very nice read on the court, hitting that down the line. Great job.
And just like that, we are 3 points away from catching up for Baker High School.
They've had a nice little run.
And we are here at Baker High School for the MCPSS High School Volleyball Match of the Week. We'll be back after this timeout.
So I wasn't ready for my math test. Didn't know that it was going to come to this. I mean, it was just a phone call so I could get out of testing.
Threatening harm to a school, even as a prank, is a crime. Mobile County law enforcement treats school threats seriously, leading to investigations, arrests, and legal consequences. Think before you act. One moment of bad judgment can have lasting consequences. If you see something, say something. Speak up.
Welcome back to the MCPSS High School Volleyball Match of the Week. We are at Baker High School, home of the Hornets, and they are hosting St. Paul's Saints. We're in the first set here, if you're just joining us. Score is 17-13. St. Paul's just called the timeout because Baker was going on a little run.
They were, and it was a great timeout because Baker had a long serve, and now they just had a bad pass on that serve, so that's 2 points right there very quickly.
So Coach Jess Hayes is the new coach at Baker High School for the varsity, so this is her first year, but she's been a part of the program.
Right. I think she is also basketball. She assists with basketball as well, so she's very versatile as well.
Just out of bounds by Baker. Tough ball off that. A little bit too tight of a pass, especially they're running a 6-2 offense, and if that pass is tight for the back row setter, it makes it really challenging.
Right. They're having a little bit of trouble passing the last 3 points. So they'll adjust, they'll calm down. But again, a great timeout by Lisa Marston for St. Paul's.
And that's what is so interesting, as we saw at the beginning of the match, Baker's passing was on point. They were
sure
able to run a fast offense.
Right.
There's a good pass.
Yeah, that's a great. It's just a little bit too low, though, in the middle. It was a perfect pass.
That's Addison Suddeth, who just had that great pass, number 10 for Baker. And it looks like Baker's going to call their last timeout. And now it's 21-13. And it's been a little bit up and down for them.
It has. Again, they started out strong. And then, you know, the service errors, a couple of service area errors. And now the passing is not. It just didn't clicking right now. And you know, it's again, we talk about momentum. Well, the momentum has been switching back and forth. We thought Baker was going to come right back and get this match tighter and tighter, but obviously they've had a few issues with their passing as of late.
If you look on the St. Paul side, too, and they've gone on this great run, part of that is from their two middles. Anna Grace Brown, she's serving right now. From what I understand, they call her AGB, which I love that. And she's serving. She's one of their middles. And Murphy Fitz, she's a sophomore middle, and that's an awesome kill by Bennett Bullough.
Yes, it sure was. That was beautiful. And it was a pretty pass. Started with the pass and a great back set. So, and a lot of times when you're hitting on the right side, a lot of times it'll throw your blockers off, not knowing that they're going to set the right side. Of course, if she's out hitting, I would have might have my middle cheating over there a little bit.
Yes, for
but
sure.
Yeah, she did a great job with that swing.
So we have AGB, Anna Grace Brown is still serving for St. Paul's, and I love it. Like, one of the middles has to serve
right
in this rotation when you're using the libero, and she has a nice serve. She just got an ace. Good dig by Ashby Thornycroft.
Yes.
She just entered the set.
That was a good run through. And point.
Point for St. Paul's. It got awfully quiet in the gym.
It did.
Anna Grace Brown is back to serve again. She's a middle. She's just a junior. I shouldn't say just. That could be young or old, depending on how you look at it.
Right, and that's set point. And again, just talking about Baker, the last half of that set, just their passing.
Yeah.
It's like it just shut down. A little bit of confidence maybe, I don't know, but their passing definitely shut down on them. And hopefully in second set they'll get that going.
Yes, we will be back for set 2 for the MCPSS High School Volleyball Match of the Week. Be back in a moment.
Do you have a student who would benefit from a more flexible learning schedule? The MCPSS Academy of Virtual Learning was created for you. It's reimagining education for independent, motivated, responsible learners in grades 6 through 12. Students can take regular, honors, AP, or dual enrollment courses all at their own pace. And virtual learning doesn't mean isolation. Our teachers know their students and frequently work with them one-on-one. Are you ready to learn your way? Visit our website, mcpssvirtuallearning.com.
There's a lot to like about Mobile County Public Schools.
What I enjoy about Mobile County School is the extra attention my teachers give us to help us learn.
Teachers are liking their access to technology, and students are liking the quality of their education.
I like the technology that's been incorporated into my education.
And since 1826, you have trusted us to prepare your child for their future, and we like that. Mobile County Public Schools. We are learning today, leading tomorrow.
Hey, Mobile County parents, it's time to launch your little learner into success with the Mobile County Public Schools First Class Pre-K program. If your child turns 4 years old on or before September 1st, they qualify for this incredible opportunity. Online registration begins January 15th, so don't miss out. Visit MCPSS.com for more information and a complete listing of pre-K sites, screening and selection information. The MCPSS First Class Pre-K program, where big dreams start small.
Welcome back to Baker High School for the MCPSS High School Volleyball Match of the Week. In the first set, St. Paul's took over towards the latter part of the set, and they won 25-13. We're back, getting ready to start set 2. The teams are just huddling up, getting ready to start this set. And, Coach, we talked before the break about Baker and just kind of where they broke down with their passing and things like that. And And if you were coaching either of these teams, Baker, you know, what are you telling your team right now?
Yeah, just to calm down, settle in. We started out strong, go back to that. Don't worry, just blow off mistakes, help each other out, stay focused, and stay positive.
That's it. And what about St. Paul's? Because sometimes when you beat a team and you're really on it by the end of the set,
Right.
a lot of things can happen going into
Right.
set two.
Yeah. Again, you have to stay focused. You have to focus. You can't let down at all. You have to play the way you've been playing. Communication is key in volleyball, and St. Paul's has been doing a great job of communicating. So if I were coaching, I would just tell them to, you know, stay focused, especially keep communicating, keep running your offense, and you'll do fine.
I think a lot of, like, I know people that I've talked to that haven't grown up playing the sport of volleyball and just general spectators, sometimes that's the hardest thing for them to understand. They'll see a team, well, you won set one, like, how did you lose set two?
Exactly.
And they don't quite understand this big momentum shift that can happen, and it happens within the game.
Right.
Or within each set it happens.
Exactly.
That's why we play best out of 5.
That's right, exactly. We just want to see more volleyball.
So starting us off for Baker High School is Swain Weston. She's number 3. She's the setter. Nice serve by her. Pass by Darty. Up to Bulow. Hit down the line.
And that was a great hit, set and hit. The ball, the pass was out of system.
Yes.
So the setter had to really run for it, and she got a really nice set to your right side. That's a tough set to make.
That is. Good job by Ivy Marston. And Marissa Smith back to serve. A little bit tight again with that pass. Good save by Baker. Just out.
Oh, just out. And again, hopefully Baker's passing is going to come around. I think it will. But St. Paul's is just serving very well. And
they do have a lot of aggressive serves. Nice float serves. We jinxed them.
We did jinx them.
We've got to quit doing
that.
that.
It's our fault.
London Wells is back to serve. She had a lot of good attacks in set 1.
Yes.
She's hitting outside, but running kind of a quick set in the 3 zone and did a nice job for them.
Yeah, she's a big part of their offense.
So just like we ended set 1, we have that server back up, Anna Grace Brown, the middle blocker. So in this situation, the libero exits the set for just a rotation. I think we jinxed everybody with this serving. Here we go. Now everyone's ready to start. Now we're ready to go.
Let's get it started.
Autumn Harper's back to serve. We're going to count on her to get us get a serve. We do have a slight delay. Coach Hayes is talking to the R2, Mr. William White, and just asking a little bit of questions. I think they're clearing that up pretty quickly.
Oh, she's asking if the libero can go change jerseys.
Yes. Yeah. Pass by Darty, up by Marston, hit by Bulow, and a nice dig by Autumn Harper.
Sure was. Pretty
Back
pass
up.
by Kendall. Another
Bulow.
swing by Bulow. Great job with the kill. Started with a beautiful pass.
It's so fun, too. You can tell that Ivy Marston and Bennett Bulow have fun. Like, they're both setters. They like setting each other.
Right,
That's kind of a thing, right?
It is.
Setters like to set the other setters.
That's right. They like to reward them.
Bennett Bulow back to serve.
Nice serve out of system for Baker.
Pass by Smith.
That was a beautiful pass.
And London Scott with the kill.
And a great jump set by Bennett. Great job.
London Scott has such a nice vertical. I'm going to say she's 5'8". She's probably not 5'8", but she plays like a big player.
Yes,
she plays
she
like
does.
she's 6'2", number 12, London Scott.
She looks tinier than that.
I know, I was being nice. But she has such a great vertical, and I've had the pleasure of knowing her, and she's an awesome kid too.
Now that was a great swing by
Taylor Wells.
Taylor?
Yeah.
Okay, good job.
Taylor Wells out of the middle, and she's the one that's just a 10th grader, so That's exciting for Baker's program and having her come back, especially with them having 8 seniors to graduate. Alicia Brown, we haven't said her that much yet, and she does so much for Baker. She just served the ball. She's a setter for them. There she goes, nice set, a little bit tight. Good play by Caitlin Lindsay.
Oh, great back set.
Out of system ball for St. Paul's. Oh, nice block.
That was
by
a
Baker.
beautiful stuff block.
Taylor Wells, the sophomore, with a nice stuff block. And that's so hard to do because that was an out of system ball set to Marissa Smith out of the back row.
Right.
The timing on that is tough for the middle blocker.
It is. You have to delay your block with that. But she had her timing on.
Alicia Brown with the serve. Good serve, put St. Paul's in trouble.
Yep, sent over a free ball.
Swing by Ellie Weesey and a kill. That's the first time she's entered the match, and look at her go, number 8.
And it was kind of an off speed, and she hit it right down the line and just a little bit too short for the libero.
She's got kind of that roundhouse arm swing.
Yes.
We saw it last week in our match with Alma Bryant and Davidson. A little bit long by Scott.
It actually, it was long. I thought it bounced off a Baker head, but I guess not.
You have better eyes than I do then. I didn't see that.
Okay. Obviously, I didn't either.
Brown with the serve. Bennett Bulla with the set over. Nice dig by Nola Havard.
And that was such a pretty pass.
Bennett with the set again to Scott. Nice. It looked like an easy tip initially by Scott, but it just gave Baker some trouble for sure.
Right, sure did. That was a beautiful put. I call it a push because she holds on to it a little bit longer than just a tip or.
Yes. London Scott back to serve, the freshman outside hitter, and she's got herself an ace. She's got herself an ace.
And Nola Havard,
yes,
she was right there. I think she saw the wall and got a little bit nervous about being so close to the wall, but she was right there.
Yeah, that was great pursuit.
Yeah, it was a great hustle.
Scott again with the serve. Nice serve, little bit tight pass. Good play out of the net. Almost a kill, but Darty was there.
And that was long, just long. Nice swing, though.
This is kind of what we thought Baker could do because we saw them do this at the beginning of set 1, and now we're seeing them come back the same way, come out strong in set 2. Good pass by Darty, set by Bullo. Marston with the attempt, and it's a kill.
And that was defense just falling apart. Everybody, there were 6 players right there watching the ball hit the floor.
Sophie McNeil enters the match for Baker. She's a defensive specialist. She's coming in for Nola Havard. She played in set 1 as well. We didn't get to introduce her on the sub. Slight delay, and we have a timeout by Baker, maybe just to sort some things out. So we are here at Baker High School for the MCPSS High School Volleyball Match of the Week. We will be back in a moment.
At Genuine Bling, discover stunning fashion jewelry that turns heads for just $5. That's right, $5. From bold statement pieces to everyday sparkle, we've got the bling. So why wait? Treat yourself, your friends, or your entire wardrobe. Fashion fun for just $5. And don't miss the Bling Live. Join Charmaine Watson on Facebook, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 7 p.m. for exclusive pieces, styles tips, and surprise deals. Genuine Bling, where fashion only costs $5.
Welcome back to Baker High School for the MCPSS High School Volleyball Match of the Week. We are in set 2. St. Paul's has won set 1. And right now we've got a close ball game in set 2.
We sure do. The score's 8-7. St. Paul's ahead.
Darty with the serve.
And that's just the pass was caused the setter out of system again. So Baker's got to get their passing. They've got to get that ball to the setter. She's having a hard time running her offense. And we know they have a strong offense.
Their offense is really good when they're in system. Down ball sent over by Baker. Little push there. Good effort again by Baker. That's a nice push by Anna Grace Brown, the middle for St. Paul's. And that's what I like that we've seen a lot of St. Paul's hitters do. Like, they're not just swinging hard.
Right.
They're tipping deep. They're tipping short, just finding that open spot.
Right. They're really looking at the court. They're reading the court very well.
Kendall Daugherty back to serve again. She's the libero for St. Paul's. Just a little long. Almost dropped in. She's a senior. She was also on the Alabama High School Volleyball Coaches Association preseason watch list. The other libero for Baker. Yeah, she got an ace.
Yeah, it was a great serve.
Caitlin Lindsay for the ace.
She really finished that swing up hard.
She's one of their 8 seniors. We've got a tying a shoe on the St. Paul's side. So that's the little delay. That's what we're waiting on. Caitlin Lindsay back to serve again. She's a senior. She's got an older sister, Kylie Lindsay, that plays in college. So she's been around the sport for quite a long time.
Just a little bit long on that serve.
Ivy Marston's back to serve for St. Paul's. Another senior. Lots of seniors out playing tonight.
Sure are. A lot of spots opening up after this year.
That's right, both programs.
Mm-hmm.
Good save out of the net by Swain Weston.
Nice deep ball sent back, and St. Paul's has to send a free ball back, so let's see what Baker's going to do.
Weston with the set, Wells with the attack, Marston, and Addison Thomas with the kill. Nice lefty attack on the right side. Addison is a redshirt junior. Came in for Bennett Bullo in the front row.
A red shirt.
I'm sorry.
A red shirt.
A right side junior. I'm looking.
Thinking about college.
Yeah, thinking about college. Good dig by Lula Payne. Set to Smith. Just a short tip over. Nice get by Baker, and Weesey with the attack. Smith on the attack for St. Paul's. Good dig by Lindsay.
Here we go. I love these points.
Ooh.
Oh. That was really, really close.
That was a close one.
This line judge looked like she thought, I don't know if she really saw what it was.
That was a tough call because from our angle, and our angle isn't the best either. It looked like it hit the corner. Part of the paint. But that is Ellie Weesey again, and she's the one that just hit that ball long according to the line judges. She's exiting the match right now because they are running a 6-2, but she has that really deceptive arm swing.
Yes, she does.
And just got that other kill.
Still a tight ball game.
And that's an ace. That's by Swain Weston. She's the other setter on the team. They're running a 6-2. Nice serve by her. Swain's just a 10th grader, and she's one of their setters, which I know.
That's wonderful.
For Coach Hayes, she's relieved of that.
Yes, yes. The setters are hard to replace.
Nice serve again.
That was so tight. Great block.
Good job by Harper. And it initially looked like it wasn't going to be a bad pass off of that great serve.
And she just placed that block so well.
Weston back to serve again on a little serving run. Daugherty with the pass. Marston to Thomas. And it's in. Little roll shot. Some of those are deceptive because they look like they're going out.
They look like they're so long. You've got to keep pursuing, though. You have to follow it the whole way just to make sure.
Lula Payne is subbed out for London Scott. Lula Payne's a senior defensive specialist.
Great
Smith,
serve.
Yeah, really nice serve and great location. That was by Marissa Smith for St. Paul's. Score is 15-12. This is kind of the moment in the last set that we saw St. Paul's start to pull away a little bit.
Made a little bit of a run.
Yeah, they made a little bit of a run. London Wells with the attack. Good dig by Darty. Way to run it down. Ivy Marston. Scott with the attack, but it's dug by Baker and Wells. Nice get by Marston. Oh, good kill. Meredith Smith, that's such a nice, sharp angle.
That was beautiful.
For her. It was cross court, kind of right on what we call the T, the sideline and the 10-foot line.
Yes. And that's tough for your setter who is playing that defensive position to get to with that angle.
London Wells with the serve.
Oh, that's
an ace.
That is gorgeous. That is just beautiful.
Right in that corner. You're thinking it might be out, and you're kind of hoping.
Right, right, and kind of down the line. That is a tough pass.
Wells back to serve again. She's an outside hitter for them. She had a great ace serve right there. She's exiting the set right now, and Addison Suddeth is replacing her to be a defensive specialist. Anna Grace Brown for the serve. I think this is where we started at the beginning.
They're exchanging bad serves.
They kind of do wash themselves out, but as a coach, you're going, look, we need to take advantage of that. We need to take advantage of that missed serve. Autumn Harper with the serve. Great save by London Scott. Lots of effort.
Just too tough on the first pass.
16-16, we have a tied ball game here, and a lot of it has just been the service errors.
Right, exactly.
And now we see Autumn Harper taking advantage of that. I'm not speaking anymore tonight about serving.
No, I don't think we can.
Maybe if we call it something else. Let's not call it serving. Bennett Bullow's back in the game. She came in for Addison Thomas. She's their setter right side hitter. Good serve by Bullow. Out of system for Baker. Nola Havard just out, just wide.
It was a good thought going down the line, just a little bit too wide.
When you're looking at this match, and you can kind of hear, it's a little bit quiet here in the gym. Nice kill by Havard, way to use the equipment. But it's kind of like I'm waiting for one of the teams to just take over and start playing their game.
And you know, that being said, the crowd adds so much to a match. You want it more vocal, you know. You want to hear the crowd. You want to hear the excitement. So
good. Oh, good try. Good try.
The benches are both doing a really good job of keeping their teams fired up.
And that's been a big change in volleyball. And you really saw it at the college level with a lot of the Power 5 schools, and their benches basically do skits almost.
Right.
Like they are just as entertaining almost as the volleyball match. So it definitely has trickled down to the high school game and the middle school game, and that makes it fun.
It makes it a lot of fun.
It's so important for the bench players too. Sometimes you can kind of lose a little bit of focus when you're there.
Right.
And if you're cheering and encouraging and you have kind of some orchestrated cheers, it keeps them involved.
Exactly. And they are a key part of this team, I can tell you that.
Interesting play. Interesting play. I think in the middle, we've seen it with lots of middles before. That was Murphy Fitch. She went up thinking, I can blow this ball up. But those are much harder than people think they are.
The timing is really, really hard. And you're hoping your coverage is going to be there when they see her going up. Pretty
Nola
pass.
Havard with the serve. Nice pass, nice set, and a great hit by Marissa Smith. That was pretty.
That was a perfect pass starting out with for Kendall.
Kendall Darty back to serve. She's the libero for St. Paul's. Just came off of having a beautiful pass to lead up that whole offense.
That was a nice low serve. And a nice push down the line.
London Wells has showed us a lot of different shots.
She has.
Tonight. We've seen her hit hard cross court, deep corner, and then she just threw that ball
Right.
down the line, and nice play by her. And it's also really deceptive. A lot of times when you see that hitter go up for the tip, you just want to charge.
Exactly. And she threw it deep, so she was very deceptive on that play.
19-22, the home team is down by just a couple, but they're hanging in there. Tight pass, good play by Addison Thomas for St. Paul's.
Just rolled it over the net.
We just talked about how those are so tough. It looks like this big beach ball coming,
Right.
and it's going to be such an easy play.
Right.
And it's much harder with the timing. Nice pass,
And
nice
see,
set,
that
and
was
a kill.
that was a perfect play. Beautiful pass to set everything up.
The setters and the middles for Baker and Wells as well, because she runs a pretty fast set to the outside.
Right.
Really have a nice connection.
They do have a great connection, and that's just great chemistry and learning each other. That's a beautiful serve.
Good set by Marston. Tip over by Smith. Free ball sent by Baker. Short and a great location.
Nice kill.
Great location. That is like the perfect spot. Front row doesn't know if they should get it, and back row
Right.
feels like they're too far away to get it.
Exactly.
And we're going to have the first timeout for St. Paul's in set 2. And now we have a really close set in set 2, for sure.
I'm loving this.
So what have we seen from Baker that has kept him in this set?
From Baker, a little more aggressiveness, I think, running their plays finally and being successful with their hits, a few tips here and there, but really just mixing up their hits, where they're going with their hits, down the line, tipping in the short court, and
Yeah, and that's exactly it. And they've really hung in there.
right.
We are not the best sport. Well, we think we're the
We
best
are the
sport.
best
But there
sport.
are other sports out there
There
besides
are.
volleyball, yes. And we do love this sport, too.
Yes.
But the next MCPSS high school football game of the week is this Friday. Foley versus Mary Montgomery. And everybody can tune in. Pregame starts at 6:50 with lots of great information. So tune in, everybody. Watch it at the MCPSS high school football
There
match
you
of the
go.
week.
Yeah.
High school football, the match of the week. Not match, they're a game. We're
Yeah.
a match.
Yeah.
So we're back after timeout. St. Paul's has called one timeout. Baker has called one timeout. So both coaches have a timeout left. Hornets down by 2. Weston back to
Great serve.
Yes.
Beautiful serve. Out of system for St. Paul's. I had to send a free ball back.
Back to the middle. Good job by Thornycroft on that dig. Smith with the attack, and it's blocked. Free
Great
ball
get.
again.
Nice hustle to get that ball back into play. We got a great point going on.
Good net
Oh.
play. Over, and it's in for a kill.
What a beautiful point on both sides. Great playing on both sides. Baker finished with the tip.
They really did, and you saw both Wells and Harper go up for that ball. They're
Right.
laughing about it now, but they both went up for that, and at least you know someone's going to get
That's
it for
right.
sure. Weston again with the serve. She's got a nice serve, putting St. Paul's in trouble. Great effort by Smith. Ball still in play.
Great blocking on Baker's part.
Wells with the attack, off the block, and it's
Oh.
a kill.
And that had a touch on the block, and it just kind of went in a different direction, misdirection.
Yeah, misdirection for sure.
Right.
And you can see it is, and we've talked about this a lot with passing. Passing is so important, and you
Right.
could see like when Baker's been passing so well, and this helps with Weston's serve. She has a fabulous serve.
She sure does. And then Bennett Bulow came back in after resting for a minute and came right in with an ace.
Yes.
With a kill.
Yes, off the block, tooled the block, out of bounds. So we have set point for St. Paul's. Marissa Smith back to serve.
Great set, though. This has been a fun set to watch
This
on both
really
sides.
has.
Beautiful pass
Yep,
on Baker.
back to the middle, and it's a kill. Baker's still in it. And they had a double block. St. Paul's had a double
They
block
did.
up. They knew what was coming,
Right,
and they
right.
couldn't stop Harper on that one. Wells is back to serve. She's been such a force at the net offensively.
And if I had to predict, I would probably say they're going back to the middle.
Yes, me too. And I would too, wouldn't you?
I would too.
Free ball over. They need that pass, though.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the pass was not good enough to make a good set, so she had to throw it to the right side, and she went up for a tip and just missed.
Yeah, that's a tough play. Definitely
It was
need
a
that
tough
first
play.
pass. Anna Grace Brown back to serve for St. Paul's. They're up by 1. And remember, in volleyball, you got to win by 2.
That's right.
What is the highest scoring game that you have been a part of?
Oh, you know, probably in the high 30s.
Oh, nice kill by, or hit by Bennett Bull, but
Right.
it was dug
It
by
was
Baker.
dug.
Great dig.
Here we go.
Free ball.
Oh, no, miscommunication
no,
on
no.
a free ball.
Yes.
Miscommunication on a free
That
ball.
is so tough on game point because Baker was battling so
Yes.
much in that, and St. Paul's win set 2,
Right.
26-24. Much better play consistently through the
Right,
whole set for
right.
Baker.
Well, what about you, Coach, with your highest score? Do you remember? I mean, I really do remember.
I think high 30s.
Yeah,
high 30s
I think
for
I
sure.
remember a 38-36 or 38 to
Yeah. So we win extra innings here in set 2, 26-24. And we will be back for set 3 for the MCPSS High School Volleyball Match of the Week.
I'm Keith Blackwood, your Mobile County District Attorney. I want to remind you about the truancy laws. 5 unexcused absences requires you to attend the early warning truancy program. Failure to attend the early warning truancy program can cause you to appear before a judge in circuit court. We need you to stay in school. This is a serious law, and it needs to be taken very seriously. I wish you and your family a safe, happy, and successful school year.
So I wasn't ready for my math test. Didn't know that it was going to come to this. I mean, it was just a phone call so I could get out of testing.
Threatening harm to a school, even as a prank, is a crime. Mobile County law enforcement treats school threats seriously, leading to investigations, arrests, and legal consequences. Think before you act. One moment of bad judgment can have lasting consequences. If you see something, say something. Speak up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ayla, hi.
Oh, hi, Sierra. How are you?
Good, how are things?
Things couldn't be better.
What do you mean?
Well, I just started this new job as a school teacher with the Mobile County Public Schools, and it has been a life changer. Great benefits, the hours are great, and great students. Just overall, it's a great opportunity.
Oh, wow, that sounds great.
Yeah.
I'm going to look into that.
You should.
For more information, visit mcpss.com/job opportunities.
Welcome back to Baker High School for the MCPSS High School Volleyball Match of the Week. I'm Nicole Keshok alongside Nancy Shoquist, and we are getting ready for set 3. Coach, we saw, you can see on the screen the scores, and we saw definitely Baker play a much better
Much
set.
better, yeah. They just lost a little bit in communication toward the end, and I think Coach was really pretty upset about that because they had made such a good comeback. They were playing awesome volleyball, and then set point, just communication. So hopefully they'll get that back. I'm sure, quite sure she's telling them to stay focused and communicate and just play ball. I mean, they just showed how close they can play this team, so they just need to concentrate a little bit harder, stay focused, communicate, talk to each other. I mean, they talk all day. Talk on the court.
It's such a funny thing. As coaches, we always say that. We're like, we hear you guys talking
All the
so
time.
much all the time, but then how can you be quiet on the court, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, that concept. And I think a lot of times teams do a nice job of communicating when the ball is dead.
Right.
You know, like, hey, I've got your seam, or
Right,
watch
right.
that hitter. But they have to keep that communication going on during the play.
Exactly.
While it's playing. And that's kind of a hard thing to do. It can be very exhausting, too.
Right. And if you're the leader on the floor, I can guarantee you it's exhausting. You know, having to make sure you're motivating your team and keeping them up and making them understand, don't worry about that mistake, you know, just pass the ball better next time, but we've got you. And it's exhausting for the leaders.
It sure is, that's for sure. We're getting ready to start set 3 here at Baker High School, and St. Paul's has the serve. Ivy Marston, she's one of their setters and right sides, and she will start with the first serve. She's a senior. And we are off. Serve by Marston. Pass, nice pass by Havard. Back to Autumn Harper. Good dig by Darty. Oh, it hit the ceiling.
Yeah, and it just caused the ball to come down a little bit faster than they anticipated.
That was a really good pass by Nola Havard, which we've been looking at all night, that when Baker passes the ball really well, we know that they can run their middle or run their offense, and it looks really good.
Yes, exactly. Service error to start off the match, so we know London's had a couple of service errors. She serves a really deep ball, but it just seems like it's just floating out of bounds a little bit.
Marissa Smith with the serve. Free ball over by Baker. Set by Marston. Up, tip, and it was blocked, but St. Paul saved it. Back to the middle. Harper with another kill.
Nice little tip right in the middle. Caught him off guard. Hit a short ball. And I thought she was going to swing, and then at the last second she tipped it over.
Yeah.
So very deceptive. Good job on her part.
And she's been very successful tonight tipping that ball to the middle of the court. And she keeps going back to it, which is a smart thing to do. Havard with the swing and just a little bit long.
I saw a tip.
Yep. She got the tip right there. That line judge got the tip.
Yeah, there was definitely a tip. She called it. Good job.
You know, it's been a fun thing, and if you watch, college volleyball D1, especially, I don't think they have it in the D2 gyms yet, NCAA D2, but they have the replay.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Yeah, and we needed that maybe right there.
Yes, that was a definite tip, and she did a good job calling it.
Anna Grace Brown back to serve for St. Paul's. Good serve. Up to the right side.
That ball was set about 14 feet off the net. That's tough coming across your shoulder, having to hit those balls that far out. So
yeah, she's a right-handed player playing on the right side, which is
considered her offhand.
Yes, and
that's
so
harder.
That's a little bit tougher. Bennett Bulow with the attack. Good save by Baker. Free ball over. Marston to the middle.
Good effort on the libero's part. She tried to pop that up, and it was just a little bit behind her, and her teammates just couldn't quite get to the ball.
Anna Grace Brown back to serve again for St. Paul. Second serve in a row for her. And it's out.
Just long. So we're tied up at 3s.
Ellie Weesey is entering the set again, and as well as the other setter, Alicia Brown. And Weesey we talked quite a bit about in set 2. She had, I'm going to say, at least 3 kills.
Right.
And so I'm sure they're going to look to her again to get some more kills. Oh, good try.
That just trickled over the net. That's a tough one, too, because it's kind of hard to decide if it's going to bounce off the net, come straight down, and she did a good job of passing it up. It's just a little bit too tough for Taylor Wells to hit.
Good serve by Bulow. Ball's up. Swing by Havard, and it's up. Oh, good try, good try. Nice swing by Nola Havard.
Pretty quick arm swing as well.
Got another sub coming in for Baker. That's London Wells back in the game. Havard to serve. Nice low serve. And that's an ace for Havard.
That was beautiful.
when they have that low serve to the net, sometimes passers hesitate just a minute or a second. They're almost thinking that it's going into the net.
Right, exactly. Another ace.
Another ace for Havard. And this is kind of what we needed to see from Baker.
Right.
Go on those runs, keep the serve, keep it going.
Stay aggressive.
We have a sub for St. Paul's. We have Ashby Thornycroft in for Marissa Smith. See if she can work on this pass. Darty with the pass. Bulo running it down.
Another great serve.
So Baker has a little run here, and serving such a good pressure skill. You can put so much pressure on the other team, and that's what Havard's doing right now. And another ace.
Another ace. So that's, what, 4 out of 4?
Yeah, really 4 out of 4. And that's going to cause a St. Paul's timeout. And we will be back in a moment here for the MCPSS High School Volleyball Match of the Week. Be back in a moment.
Did you know that missing 2 days of school per month
has a negative effect on student achievement?
And that chronic absenteeism is negatively impacting
1 out of every 10 Alabama students.
Studies show students who are chronically absent are more likely to drop out of school. For every 1 day your child is absent from school, it takes 3 days for them to catch up.
So if I am not sick, make sure I'm at school, because missing school means missing out.
Welcome back to Baker High School for the MCPSS High School Volleyball Match of the Week. Baker is taking on the Saints from St. Paul's. Right now, St. Paul's is up 2-0, but Baker has the lead right here in set 3. Nice control by Havard to get that serve over.
You always want him to start with service number 1 again. Don't worry about trying to kill it and ace, just get it over and play. Great job. Nice passing on Baker's part.
Just out on that one by Weezy. Good serving run by Nola Havard. That was nice
it sure
and control.
was.
Put a lot of pressure on St. Paul's. Corinne Payne back to serve. She's another freshman for them, outside hitter. Little bit deep on that serve.
And you know, that also puts, when she had all her aces, it also puts that thought when she comes back in and rotates around, you know, you kind of dread that and start thinking as a passer, I really don't want her to come to me.
Yes, exactly. Nice kill by Marissa Smith on that. Beautiful set by Bolo. Kendall Darty back to serve, the libero for St. Paul's. We had 1 sub in that. We had Lula Payne subbing in for her sister Corinne Payne.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was a great serve. That really dropped when it went across the net. Great job.
You see now predominantly most high school, coaches are teaching the float serve.
Yes.
And it just, you're hoping it catches an air pocket and doesn't spin, but just moves in the air and drops, and sometimes they rise up.
And hers certainly does.
It sure does. She's got a nice float serve. Yep, just like that one. That one rose up just a little bit on Wells. Nice swing. Great control by Wells.
Another one of those tough ones coming off the net. Just kind of rolls down the net a little bit and then falls. Great job. But it's a kill.
2 subs coming in for Baker. They're running their 6-2, so we have a setter switch and a new right side. Right side is Meredith Smith, and the setter is Swain Weston.
Nice down the line serve. Line serve. And she was caught with her angle just a little bit. Turned out, her hips turned out just a little bit too far. But nice try.
Ivy Marston back to serve for St. Paul's.
Tight ball.
Good push over. Nice save by Baker. Good dig by Lula Payne. Up to Bulo. And it's a kill off the block. I had a really good angle on that, and you could see that the block just didn't press quite over, and that usually is a telltale sign.
Right.
When it kind of ricochets and goes off the side.
That's a tough pass. So in that case, if Autumn wants to take that ball, she needs to let her setter know really early that she's going to take it. And the setter should be communicating and saying she's got it. Again, that comes down to communication.
Yeah. And Baker right here just struggling a little bit on the pass, and great time to call a timeout.
That's a great timeout.
For sure. So Coach Hayes is calling a timeout. I believe this is her first timeout of the set. Yeah.
I think so.
So we will be back after this timeout, back at Baker High School for the MCPSS High School Match of the Week.
At Genuine Bling, discover stunning fashion jewelry that turns heads for just $5. That's right, $5. From bold statement pieces to everyday sparkle, we've got the bling. So why wait? Treat yourself, your friends, or your entire wardrobe. Fashion fun for just $5. And don't miss the Bling Live. Join Charmaine Watson on Facebook, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 7 p.m. for exclusive pieces, styles tips, and surprise deals. Genuine Bling, where fashion only costs $5.
We are back at Baker High School for the MCPSS High School Volleyball Match of the Week. St. Paul's is up 2-0. Baker just called their first timeout because St. Paul's is going on a little bit of a run here. And another ace.
Yeah, Baker again. It's the passing has shut down the last couple of points. So, but they've been able to get out of that, and hopefully they will right now. It's still tight.
Yep,
13
short
to 10.
serve. Oh, great serve by Ivy Marston. Really nice serve. Hit the net and dropped super short.
Yes.
I don't know who can get that ball. So good serving is causing a lot of the struggles here with Baker's passing, because St. Paul's is doing a really nice job of moving their serves all over the court.
Right.
Good pass.
That was beautiful.
To the right side, little tip over. And we have a net call on St. Paul's. Good break there for Baker. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. We've got London Wells back to serve for them. She's a senior. There's another Wells on the team, Taylor Wells. We don't have confirmation that they're sisters. Good dig by Havard. Up, Havard with the swing, and it's blocked out of bounds. Good kill. Now we're within 2. Baker's within 2.
You never give up.
Wells back to serve again. She's done a lot for this team tonight.
She
Lots
has.
of kills. Wonderful serve, and Harper up with the kill.
A little bit of a miss hit. I think she was going for a bit bigger hit than that, but off speed.
Yeah. Wells again back to serve. Third serve in a row for her. Just long.
Yeah, she misses, I hate to say, she misses quite a few serves. She's got to get that serve under control because she's so effective.
She does get a lot of does get a lot of aces, though.
She does. She does.
She kind of equals that out for them.
And here we go, back and forth. As you say, they washed each other out.
They really did wash each other out. 1 point lead for St. Paul's. Autumn Harper back to serve. Nice serve by her. Good pass by Smith. Set to Bulow, and it's blocked, and it is blocked for the point.
That was a tight set for Bulow to swing at, so that was a little bit hard on her part.
We got a tied ball game here in set 3. It was close in set 2.
It's a great serve by Autumn Harper.
Corinne Payne.
Just a little bit outside. It was a beautiful swing, just a little bit too far outside of bounds.
Sometimes I think a little bit too with that set was a little bit wide, and she might have had to go a little bit more deep corner on that type of ball. Tip over by Payne. Havard with the attack, dug by Smith. Marston with the set over. Havard again with the dig, back
Nice
to the
coverage.
middle.
And there was a touch on that. I don't know that they're going to, well, maybe I'm seeing things. I guess it just hit the net maybe and rebounded differently. I guess I should stop
trying to officiate.
That's right.
Isn't that a thing, though, with coaches, too? Like, I officiate and coach
Oh,
at the
yeah,
same time.
exactly. Little fussing here and there.
Anna Grace Brown back to serve. This is her second serve in a row. Score is 16-17. St. Paul's up by 1.
Uh-oh.
Nice hit by Bulow.
You can't give Bulow one of those open swings.
We have seen quite a few overpasses for both teams
For both
tonight.
teams, we sure have.
But I think the players at the net have done a nice job of handling those balls.
That was just a little bit long. Nice try by Taylor Wells, just a little bit long. Didn't quite finish her arm swing.
16-19. Oh, gosh. Nice serve. Nice serve.
I don't know how you're going to get that.
Yes. I don't know how you're going to get it either. St. Paul's on a 4-point run on Anna Grace Brown's serve. Pass by Lindsay, set to the middle. Wells in the middle.
Oh, my goodness. What a beautiful tip. It was like everybody kind of dunked on that.
It was a really good heads-up play by her. She just
Sure was.
swung hard at 2 of them and hit them a little bit long, and you can still get a kill by just tipping the ball in.
I'm telling you, I hate those two.
Yeah.
They're so effective.
Alicia Brown with the serve. Nice serve by her. Bulow with the attack over. Dig by Lindsay. Weesey with the swing. Trickles over. Oh, gosh. We missed some things.
Yes.
Okay, Bulow with the serve. There was a little bit of net action going on that
we don't have the best angle going down the line.
Bulow with the serve. Got a couple subs here. Well, 1 sub for Baker. London Wells back into the front row, which she's such an effective force for them. And they've got Autumn Harper up there.
What a great serve.
Nice pass by Payne. Good set by Bulow. Push over by Havard. And a set over by Bulow. It's so deceptive because you're not ready for that since she's a back row setter.
Right. We had that battle going on last week when we
really did.
Called our match. One setter would tip over and the other setter would counter with another tip.
Battle of the setters. Corinne Payne back to serve. She's just a freshman. Nice serve. Good pass by Baker. Swing.
Great swing. Great job.
Nice play. That was behind the setter.
Yes.
A quick set to Taylor Wells. Good timing by her and a great swing.
And again, you throw your block off on those plays.
And an ace by Caitlin Lindsay. Perfect timing.
Sure is. 20-22.
You sometimes feel like some service aces should get more points just because of the timing of the in the match of when it happens.
Well, we'll have to
just
put that in.
Just out. Baker's making a run here. They are making a run, and we're going to have a timeout by St. Paul's. And I'm not sure if she's called one yet. We know Baker has called.
I don't think she has.
There, so we believe at the end. We'll see what the officials say at the end of this. But we've seen Baker bring themselves back into each set, and it's typically by their serves.
Yes. St. Paul's is making a few errors that we haven't seen for most of the night. But, yeah, you're right. Baker's just been serving the ball really well. And it throws your team out of system, and it's tougher for your setter to set a great ball for your offense to run. So Baker's doing a great job right now.
Yes, they are. And the key, too, is some of those servers that have gone back for them, they've kept the ball. Like, they've done a nice job of, in kind of a crucial situation, of not really going for the ace, but just
Right.
placing it in a smart
Right.
location as well.
Definitely.
Caitlin Lindsay back to serve again. Nice serve by her, up by Darty. Swing by Smith, and it's a kill.
And that was a beautiful push set. That was just gorgeous outside.
The block was there for Baker, but they just did not penetrate the net, and that's a kill for Marissa Smith. Darty with the serve, 2 points away for St. Paul's to win the match. Harper with the attack, dig by Darty. Smith on the attack. Dig by McNeil, push over by Wells.
Nice job, nice tip. Right in the middle.
We've got the 2 sub situation on Baker's side because they're running that 6-2. So we have the new setter coming back in, Swain Weston, and their right side, Meredith Smith.
You know, I've been impressed with all of the setters we've had here tonight. I mean,
Yes.
all of them are very, very good.
Swain Weston with the nice serve, great pass by Smith, push over by the middle.
She threw that over her shoulder.
Tight, tight. Oh, such a great idea.
Yes.
Really good idea.
Yes. Little risky,
Yes.
but a great idea.
Set point here. We have Mary Frances Harrison back to serve.
Oh,
Nice serve,
nice,
beautiful.
Tough.
Out to Wells, roll shot over. See if St. Paul's can take advantage of it. Set by Harrison, and it's a kill. Kill by Smith. And that is it. St. Paul's wins
in 3.
set in 3. And like we talked about kind of at the beginning, we didn't really know what this matchup would look like, even though it was important for them because it is an area match.
It is an area, yes.
For them, and it was tight. It was tight for the last 2 sets. It was tight. The first set, not so much, and we really just saw Baker start to play like we thought they could.
Right, and I think because, I mean, to me, week 3 is still fairly early in the season, or almost mid-season, and I think you'll see a lot of improvement on Baker's part. A lot of mistakes they can get rid of, communication, serving, passing, but, I mean, they hung in there, especially the last 2 sets. They did a great job.
And they've got a lot of good team skills built in already. Like they're really scrappy defense.
Right.
When their passing is on, their middles did an amazing job. Let's talk about Autumn Harper a little bit. Out of the middle, their middle blocker.
Yes.
She did a wonderful job tonight for them. And in order for her to do a great job, when the passing was on, and the setting.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and on the St. Paul side, obviously we saw an even balanced match and offense for them.
Yes, very good offense, and like you said, very balanced. I mean, they run a multiple offense, a lot of right side swings, middle, left side. I mean, just really well. Good job.
Yes, good job by them. But we will be back again next week. We won't be here at Baker.
Nope.
We're happy to be here at Baker since we haven't seen them, and we will be back to broadcast next week's match. We are at LaFleur.
At LaFleur, Murphy.
Yes. Murphy versus LaFleur. So tune in next week, Tuesday, September 23rd at 5:30 p.m. for the MCPSS High School Volleyball Match of the Week. Final for tonight, St. Paul's wins 3-0 over Baker. Thank you all for joining us for the MCPSS High School Volleyball Match of the Week.